Welcome to Navajo Sage Weaver Tarot's channel today. Welcome everybody. Thank you for liking and subscribing and um, just supporting my channel so I can continue to do content and bring in your energy. Um, I am going to do a all signs reading. I'm going to start from Aries and end with Pisces. I'm going to do a 4-card spread using the fairy oracle and 2 different types of tarot cards. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to shake the gourd and move any stagnation energy. All right, Aries. So, Aries, we are bringing in the Oakman. And the Oakman energy is someone who is using their um, ancient wisdom right now and who has built strength and has maybe done some, deep work, maybe some ancestral work or something. But Aries, this energy is coming in, and then um, what you need to let go of. And we have the five, no, the Six of Pentacles. Sorry. So the Six of Pentacles is maybe letting go of some insecurity. Sometimes when we, work through some deep wounds, it brings up some insecurity. What you should focus on. So here you have the energy, she of the um, crush. So maybe nurturing, maybe needing some nurturing after going in, working on yourself. Maybe after letting go of some insecurity in your life, whether it's people, places, or things, and then focusing on, nurturing yourself, nurturing your inner wounds. And then we have the Five of Cups. How can you tap into your higher self? So the Five of Cups is, the is letting go of like maybe um this some sort of cycle, right? Your cups here are, kind of dumped over, so you're letting go of maybe some behavioral, you know, um emotions that maybe, here with the Oakman energy. And this is why you need to tap into your higher self with the Five of Cups. Because letting, tapping in and dwelling on um, those energy sometimes can, you know, um, bring some insecurity. Maybe that's why maybe you have to look at that. What are those 5 things that you have to let go of, that your inner higher self is saying, hey, you know, um, before we can move on, before we can, after he, you know, working on ourselves in a deep aspect and gaining strength in it, we have gained some insecurity, and now we have to nurture ourselves, which is probably kind of new for that, how to talk to your inner child, and then, figuring out, what those insecurities were, going deep down inside and saying, okay, well, it was maybe shame, or maybe, you know, doing those like um asking for forgiveness, so I'm gonna say that it is your reading, Aries. All right, Taurus, let's see what energy you are bringing in. You are bringing in the Solus. So the Solus energy um is conscious, right? Maybe has have some spiritual em empowerment. You gain some knowledge of some sort. And what we have to let go of is the Five of Cups. No, the Four of Cups. So what we need to let go of is the Four of Cups. So maybe breaking some habits here. Maybe uh, trying to rediscover um, maybe old passions that you had, right? What should you focus on? The energy of the oh, that gone. So maybe you need to focus on the creativity of who you are. What is your creativity, Taurus? And then doing that, tapping into your higher self. You have the Four of Pentacles here. So tapping into your higher self with the Four of Pentacles is maybe maybe learning how to hold on to certain, not hoarding, but holding on to certain things that may mean value to you in some sense. Or maybe finding within yourself stability, right? So you can let go of some bad habits. So maybe tapping into your higher self, Taurus, and finding that stability, to learn how to let go of this, you know, um, this Four of Cups here. Um, breaking habits, bad habits. So that's what we have for you, Taurus. Sorry for the interruption. My dogs were getting a little out of hand with her barking. Um, okay. So, Gemini. Gemini, we are bringing in the energy of the singer of intention. So, maybe moving up a new level in your life, starting something new. What we need to let go of is the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe some sort of ancestral trauma, um, right? Um, some sort of like, um, yeah, some sort of trauma, ancestral trauma we're probably letting go because we are here in this, bringing in this fairy energy of the singer of intention. So, here is we're bringing new life, and because of that, we have to let go of some ancestral trauma that we're dealing with, maybe. Um, Gemini, and then maybe what you should focus on is the Arval parrot energy here. And so this energy is communication. So maybe finding, you know, communication within your higher self, you know, of these, you know, of these traumas that you're trying to let go of. When tapping into your higher self, using the page of cup energy. So the page of cups is someone who is, like learning, right? So maybe you're learning, learning about your own ancestral trauma here, Gemini. And so because you're learning about it, and you're moving into new frequency, and you know um and you're probably learning how to communicate on it, and focusing on it. Maybe you didn't know how to communicate, right? So these are like maybe your ancestral, those traumas, that you've are learning to heal, the connection between the higher you and your higher self. And now you're learning how to communicate. You're focusing on that. You need to focus on that. And then, when you tap into your higher self, you're this student here, this page of cups, learning about that. So that way you can continue on growing and moving on to a newer frequency in your journey. All right, Gemini, that's what we have for you. Cancer. Cancer, the energy you are bringing in is the lias of the shadow. So maybe healing some shadows, maybe some addiction. Um, so we're bringing in that energy of, breaking some sort of bondage. And then what we need to let go of is the chariot. So maybe letting go of, you know, maybe letting go of trying to control, um, losing control. Maybe you're need to let go of that, you know, everything is okay, and, spirit is here to help you. But sometimes as humans, we resist because we're not for sure. But with this energy here of the layers of shadow, healing healing those shadow or even tapping into them, those shadow energies, the ones that we don't want people to see. um Sometimes when we tap into them, we feel out of control. So maybe we're feeling that way, Cancer. All right, what we should focus on is um the Mick, the my miser. I think that's pronouncing that right. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but maybe what you need to look at is maybe focus on, the smaller details. Sometimes we're so um eager to move, and it's like when we know we're in some sort of like lesson, sometimes we fight through it. And so maybe stepping back and looking at the smaller details um, is for you to focus on here. And then when tapping into your higher self, you have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands are, those communications, swift um, movement, right? Um, so, maybe you're you're tapping into your higher self, learning how to move with the energy, um, and get out of the, the the shadow energy, so you can not feel like, you know, you're losing control, you know, but in a way that you can still step back and look at the smaller details of why you're feeling, or why you feel this way, and why you should let go. And then when you figure that out, Cancer, then the energy starts moving, right? Like, communications, things start moving in your life. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. All right. Leo. Leo, we have um the energy, the singer of intuition. So maybe we're um having a perspective on something. Maybe we are having an awareness, because the purple is like the mind chakra. So our awareness, Leo, is you're aware of something at this time. So you're in that perspective mode. What you should let go of is strength, and maybe the reason why we need to let go is um you know uh being in the mind sometimes can make us have this domineering kind of behavior, like the lion here. Right, the strength card. So maybe trying to align your mind and your internal motions, right? So you have to learn how to balance that. So maybe that's what you're doing at this time, is you have a perspective on that, and saying sometimes having strength isn't, you know, maybe you're so guarded, Leo, that you don't let anybody, near. You're just, like this bubble here, as you can see. What you should focus on is the La Lias moon daughter. So this energy here, the Lias moon daughter, is um focusing on you know, why you're in this space here, bringing a spotlight to it, so that way, when you tap into your higher self with the star card, somebody who is, you know, learning how to balance, right? Learning how to balance with the star, and learning how to, um, uh, what's that? Giving, or finding what no longer, um, when you're tapping into your higher self, Leo, you're looking at your higher self and you're saying, okay, this behavior I no longer need, because I am in a different frequency. Once I let this strength go and I allow myself not to be so guarded, and when I do that, I show and cast light on the shadow and I look at it. And when I do, I can become my inner my inner being, my inner soul can become this star, this star energy. Um, the one that has uh that inner clarity, right? Because we're in our mind and we want to kind of find that clarity of where we are, and when we do that, we become balanced and we become that star. So Leo, that is your message. All right, Virgo. Virgo, we are bringing in the energy, the undressing of the salad. So, um, maybe we are achieving something that's impossible or being impossible. What we need to let go of is the nights. Maybe letting go of um uh untrustworthy, right? Um running, you know, running away, um maybe letting go, trying to think of the word, indulging, self-indulgement, sorry. Um so Virgo, so maybe we are doing something that's impossible, and maybe we're, you know, letting go of something that we have been indulging. Sometimes those are habits, that change our characteristics. And what we need to focus on is the singer of courage energy. Um, Singer of courage energy is focusing on the bravery. Maybe this is something that's not easy to do, and so, um, focusing on the bravery of that. And when tapping into your higher self, you know, maybe reminding yourself that you are in the driver's seat, you know, um, with this Three of Pentacles, make telling yourself, that you're gonna make it work, even though it may be difficult to do the impossible or be impossible. All right, Virgo, that is your message. Libra. Libra, we are bringing in um the fawn energy. So, um maybe working with your natural magic, your natural wisdom, and understanding the nature the nature of where your wisdom and your magic are within, right? Within your being. So maybe you're understanding that, like, oh, if I can manifest, if I do things like, if I clean my space, then good things will start happening around me. It's easier to move. There's no clutter. People can feel not so heavy, so maybe finding some skill like that within yourself. Right, Libra? what you should let go of is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, maybe uh, learning how to tame, right? The lion here. The cups being emotion. So maybe learning how to tame your moods, your mood swings, maybe learning how to understand your depression. Um, because when you're understanding your own natural wisdom and magic that's in your DNA, sometimes if we don't understand it, sometimes our body can have a reaction, make us unease, and thinking that it's outside when really the unease is the inside. So maybe trying to let go of some behavior like that, Libra. All right, what we need to focus on is um, gloomous doom energy. Gloomous doom energy. So we need to focus on, you know, taking care of ourselves. Maybe we struggle with that. Um, and it is hard to take care of yourself sometimes, especially uh, when you're not taught at a young age. It really matters when you're young on like how you were taught how to take care of yourself. There's some people that are really extreme, and some people who aren't, and but learning how to take care of yourself, cooking, getting up, you know, looking at yourself in the mirror and making yourself presentable, it requires a lot of energy. And sometimes, that's hard. So maybe we need to learn how to take care of ourselves here. When tapping into our higher selves here, we have the Eight of Cups. And this energy here, the Eight of Cups, is just, our higher self, you know, we're teaching our higher self how to cut away past, past emotions, right? Maybe this letting go of this emotion here, the King of Cups, this mood swings, it's depressions, maybe there's different types of, you know, um, emotions here, maybe that's a trauma of some sort, and childhood trauma. Um, so however those, eight cups within yourself, learning, I don't need this one here, right? But I might keep these two because you got them in your hand. So when you start learning how to, you know, focus on taking care of yourself and letting go of this mood swing, this depression here, then, you'll be able to, you know, use, you know, tapping into your higher self, and learn how to like manage these emotions here. So, Libra, that is your message. Thank you. Scorpio. Scorpio, we are um bringing in the energy, the soul shrinker. So the soul shrinker is, maybe we are in a destructive energy, right? Maybe there's gossip around us, um, some sort of, cruelty, or maybe we are being cruel with ourselves, maybe we are, you know, not in uh, a positive space, What we need to let go of is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is maybe too much, going out and shopping, right? Going out and spending, you know, pentacles maybe you don't have, and not being real with yourself. That's why this energy and the soul shrinker here you know, um, is here in this cruelty. Um, and so maybe it's being a little destructive with your pentacles here. Um, and, because this can be anything, right? Materialistic, so maybe some harmful stuff going on with your materialistic. So needing to let go of that, needing to, find ways to maybe learn how to budget. There's sometimes a lot of, a lot of times, when uh, educating myself, I realize like there are a lot of things that are not taught to us that I guess are assumed that we are supposed to know. Um, that's why you have a lot of people in debt, because that's not really taught. We just kind of pick up, I think, after we graduate. After you graduate and you get to college, you get those credit card tables while you're looking for colleges. Um, but so maybe something like that, like in that example there. What energy we need to focus on is the Tomo the poet. So maybe we need to find some sort of, maybe not getting into serious mischief, with our, you know, with our spending, with our, misusing our material harmful ways. Tapping into our higher self is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is maybe, tapping into your creativity, your creativity, do something, that, you know, can grow, and create more of this thing that you have to let go of, or, that's putting you in this kind of like space of like almost stagnation, right? Because this is like kind of gray here. Um, so yeah, that is your message, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you are bringing in the feline. So the feline is getting it right energy, right? Uh, maybe you're in this space of tidying up things, cleaning, moving things around, rearranging. Um, what do you need to let go is the death energy. So maybe, maybe letting go of like stagnation, right? Once you start moving things around, that's why you're moving things around, probably been in stagnation for a while. And so now you got to let that go there. What we should focus on is the Gi-O, the slow energy. So what we need to focus on is the, you know, maybe being patient with ourselves, right? Slowing down, um, and just kind of be within your own environment here. Tapping into your higher self is the Knight of Wands here. So the Knight of Wands, no, the King of Wands, I'm sorry, is, focusing on maybe your leadership, um the power that you have within yourself, after the stagnation. What did you learn from it? What is your higher self telling you, you know, and moving things around, changing that energy, you know, focusing on being patient and slowing down. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, the energy we are bringing in is the topsy turvets. The topsy turvets energy, you know, maybe having a fresh new look at something, a new way of seeing things. What we need to let go of is the magician. So maybe letting go of being a trickster, letting go of deceit, being the manipulator. What you should focus on, a collective of pixies. So we need to focus on the energy of willingness, maybe uh, participating in some joy, right? Um, because we have a we're seeing things from a newer perspective of ourselves because we're letting go of these characteristics here of the magician. And then tapping into our higher self is the Ten of Cups energy. And the Ten of Cups is, the happiest, so feeling good within your higher self. Once you focus on the willingness of, this new perspective of letting go of these magician's trait of being a trickster, or being deceived, or manipulating situations in your life. All right, Capricorn, that is your story. Aquarius. Aquarius, we are bringing in the Pook energy. So the Pook energy is um uh a changer. So we are changing, maybe, good, changing something good and bad, or bad and good, however that is for you, Aquarius. And what we need to let go of is the judge. Oh no, not the judge. The justice. So letting go of, you know, some sort of imbalance, some complexity in some sort of um proceedings, right? And so maybe letting go of those negative, you know, injustice thoughts, because we're bringing in the energy of, changing maybe something that was bad into good now, so we want to let go of the thought of it being maybe bad. What should we focus on is the guardian at the gate. So, you know, so maybe focus on new passages, new openings, um, because our higher self, when we tap into it, will bring us this energy of the Three of Wands, will bring creative rewards. Will, once we tap into our higher self and let go of this and feeling injustice of whatever proceedings we're going through at this time, right, Aquarius? Because we are in this energy of the changer, and focusing on is the guardian of at the gate, uh, finding that passage to a new life, feeling good within yourself. So, sitting here and, you know, um, waiting, for the creative rewards to come in, that coming into the first level of you know, of your stability within yourself. All right, Aquarius. That's what I have for you. Pisces. Pisces, we are bringing in the energy of Calliope, the dream weaver. And she's has vision. She feels inspired. What we need to let go of is the devil. So, maybe breaking habits, and maybe that's hard because, when you're having or being inspired, it changes our being. What we need to focus on is the Nelly, the alchemist energy. And she is the inner transformation. So once we let go of this devil energy, then our inner being will start transforming once we start focusing on it. And then tapping into our higher self is the Knight of Wands. So maybe having courage and taking that risk to let go of, those behaviors that create barriers in our journey. All right. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for allowing me to do your reading. And I just want to say, Hujona Huskleen, Hujona Huskleen, Hujona Huskleen, Hujona Huskleen, Ashaha.